What's up, YouTubers, friends, and family who would expect better out of me? I have bad news to report. My karate classes did not go well. Let's just say the book Fight Club, I may be breaking the rules, but yeah, Fight Club is getting a new rating. It is not an American classic. It is a horrible book and movie, terrible movie that have inspired me to do some horrible things. Not actually, I didn't do any horrible things. More like the horrible things were done to me, and I regret ever reading that book and even reviewing it. That's a waste of an episode, honestly. Anyway, today we have the book I'm reviewing today is called Slaughterhouse Five by Vonnegut. So on the front here it says, poignant and hilarious, threaded with compassion, and behind everything, the cataract of a thundering moral statement from the Boston Globe. The back says, Slaughterhouse Five, an American classic. That's not me saying, that's them saying. An American classic is one of the world's greatest anti-war books, centering on the infamous firebombing of Dresden. Billy Pilgrim's Odyssey through time reflects the mythic journey of our own fractured lives as we search for meaning in what we fear most. Splendid art, period. A funny book at which you are not permitted to laugh. A sad book without fears. That Life magazine said that. So, some things I had to say about this book is, well, my own interpretation is, it's about a guy named Billy Pilgrim, which, first of all, is the worst name in fiction ever since Moby Dick. Both of those names are stupid, and I really would have expected much more out of Kurt Vonnegut, especially as a guy with a name as interesting as his. I would think he could make a character with a better name. So my summary is that he is Billy Pilgrim is a man who joins the infantry regiment in Luxembourg. He is unfortunately, against his own will, thrown into the Battle of the Bulge, which that's a battle I wage with every day. So I can sort of relate to him. He first very early in the book, they pretty much ruin the entire book. They bring in the element of time travel, which, in my opinion, just doesn't go down well in books. It's not something that should be written about. Authors who are going to write about time travel need to become script writers, because save that one for the movies and for the film industry. That's when you can get time travel done really well. When you can have maybe somebody go into a machine and their atoms rip apart and they come back in another thing. It just doesn't work. It was horribly explained in the book, and it didn't make sense to me. I did finish the book, but it pretty much didn't make any sense because it was not in sequential order. And I don't know how this book has stood the test of time being out of sequence. I like my books Chapter 1, Chapter 2, Chapter 3, Chapter 4. Another complaint is that Billy Pilgrim, along with having a stupid name, is pretty much the worst protagonist I've ever heard of in a book, because he is captured by these aliens. They're called the I have a guide here. It's hard to read. They're called Tralfamadors, and that's a stupid name as well too. That sounds like something from a Dr. Seuss novel. Thing about the Tralfamadors is they're 2 feet tall and they look like plungers. And somehow he succumbed to their power and got captured. And I don't know how that happens. You got to be a bad writer to make it to write that. So also, you know, Kurt Vonnegut could have put some really interesting dialogue in there, or made an action sequence instead of an out of time, messed up timeline sequence. Yeah, he could have had. See, these guys look like plungers, so there was lots of potential for epic lines to be in the book, such as, you know, maybe Billy Pilgrim grows a pair, and he stands up to them and says, "You're flushed," or "Flush you," or "Flush mate," or "This is this is a flush flood warning," or "Say hello to my little flush," or "Expecto Patron flush," or, I mean, really, there was a lot of potential to where the lines could have went, and also the dialogue in general is confusing in this book. It's pretty boring, actually. See, there's actually an interesting diagram here. Everything was beautiful and nothing hurt. Well, that's what I thought about Fight Club, and that's not the case. So, either way, this book was pretty good. It already says American classic, but I normally would call it a great American classic, but the whole timeline thing really messed it up for me. Like I said, time travel is something that needs to be saved for the movies, and I'm gonna have to give this book a 9 out of 10, and it's just a good American classic. And once again, I've taken back the rating for Fight Club. That book is a 1 out of 10, or I'm going to give it a 0 out of 10. It's the 0 in the 10. It doesn't even get a number before the 10. It's just that 0. That's how bad that stupid book is. Like I said earlier, subscribe to my channel, like the video. Also, if you have your annotations turned off, you need to turn them on, because they actually add extra content on this channel. The annotations provide subtext that I can't always just say out loud, especially with my lack of finesse in video editing. So if you know any video editors or somebody who is willing to help in the production of this channel for this great show, please contact me, comment, subscribe, share this video. Thank you. Slaughterhouse 5, 9 out of 10. Also, my complaint is the title is irrelevant. They could have called it Space Travel or something like that, because Slaughterhouse 5, I got the impression it was about, you know, 5 bad guys doing their thing against Batman or some sort of legendary protagonist that we all love. I thought it'd be kind of like the Sinister Six. So, Slaughterhouse 5 and 9 out of 10. Thank you for watching.